Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on the Cranky Frankly channel. Today we're back with another podcast. This one's going to be about fitness and weight loss, especially in the lockdown. And before we start, I want to give a disclaimer. Me and Ishan aren't fitness experts by any means. In fact, I would say we're probably
Yeah,
as far as you can be from a fitness expert. uh, so, take our opinions lightly. These are simply our opinions and our experiences with fitness and weight loss. And yeah, uh, anything that we say wrong, comment down below and don't slander us. With that, let's get into the video.
right. So we're talking about fitness, right? And as Aniket rightly mentioned, we're no experts in this field whatsoever, but we do think that we have some interesting things to talk about. So make sure to stick till the end.
Yes, sir.
First things first. First things first. Let's look at fitness during the lockdown because that's the most obvious thing, right? That's been impacted. Lockdown means you cannot go outside to you know to gyms. You cannot go downstairs to play football or something. You cannot do the staircase if you do staircases. You cannot take a run in the park or something like that. So everything has been limited to just home workouts. So let's break down home workouts, right? What do you understand by home workouts?
So, with home workouts, I think the definition's in the name, right? Working out at home. Duh. Uh, but yeah, for me, home workouts kind of mean something because it's what I've done most of my life. Even though, well, when I used to live back in Mumbai, there was no gym nearby, and the gym that was nearby needed a membership. So to keep up my fitness, it was pretty much doing stuff at home by myself. So it means something to
Yeah.
me. It's really easy to do. For someone who's not an athlete, it's just simply, push-ups, sit-ups, maybe you do a few, pull-ups or whatever. It's really easy, it's really clean. And for me, when I do it, I enjoy it quite a bit as well because it's at your home, right, in the comfort of your home. So you feel good about it. Your morale increases as well. So yeah, the home workouts are really good for me. I really enjoy them, but I don't do them often enough.
Yeah, I mean, actually, coming to think of it, home workouts, if I had a choice between home workouts and gyms, I'd definitely do home workouts because firstly, so many people they just fall into this, psychological barrier of, oh, I'm gonna start the gym tomorrow, or like,
Uh-huh.
oh, I'm gonna be fit tomorrow, like 3 kgs in 3 weeks, bro. Watch me get fit. It's never gonna happen, right? Unless you actually, get your dedication and all of your passion and all of that stuff. But with home workout you can get creative. And by creative, I just don't mean like people random doing like random exercises or what. I'm just saying stuff like if you have dumbbells, for example, you just replace it with something else that
Like a
can,
pail of water or
fit for.
something. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't need to buy the equipment. You don't need to give your gym membership. It's much more convenient. You don't need to get out of your house. So there's actually quite a lot of benefits of home workouts. But what I think is an issue here is if you divide like people into two categories, you have people who are athletes and people who like require fitness 24/7 to do what they are doing best, or you've got the normal people, the casual people who don't necessarily need workout as much as athletes. So what effect do you think has home workout had on athletes?
I think it's a valid point to raise that up, right? Because athletes, they're literally their job is to be an athlete, right? Their job is fitness, uh, in a way. So for them, I think home workouts really don't work out because get that pun? I'm sorry. I apologize, viewers. No, but I think for them home workouts don't work because their whole system of their gyms and their workout systems and their workout schedules are all built on trying to hone their ability and attune their ability in something. For example, if you have let's say it's a I don't know, let's say it's a goalkeeper, right? Most of their fitness stuff will be trying to improve their reflexes or improve their decision making, right?
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff, you can't really do that in home workout because in my mind home workouts are very generalized. I mean, sure, you can be creative, you can make uh, like all the equipment in the world, but at the end it's still going to be quite generalized. You can't have that benefit of literally having
Hmm.
a machine that does one thing and helps with one thing. But for
Yeah.
casuals, like you said, I think for casuals it's literally no difference. In fact, home workout is better. As you said, no excuses with the home workout. You can't say, oh, I can't go to the gym. Well, you can't not go to the home because you live at the home, right? But yeah,
Fair
I think
enough.
for casuals, it's maybe even better than a gym. But I think
Mm,
we'll get onto that whole gym versus home.
yeah.
But yeah.
Actually, with like athletes and stuff, the problem is that they have like very specific workouts to train very specific parts of their bodies, right?
Mm.
Of course, we've got the leg days and the arm days, but even in that, they've got even more details. They've got stuff like Pilates. They've got different types of workouts that they have to do. And with home workout, it's really been a challenge for all of these athletes if we're like generalizing. But I think since like sports have started like continued recently, I think they've done a fair job by replacing home workouts with normal gyms, because I don't think that a lot of these athletes really like slacked off. I think even some athletes improved their fitness much more by just working out at home. So again,
Mhm.
it depends a lot on the person itself, right? How willing they are to do home workouts. So at the
Yeah.
end of the day, if you guys listen to this, you want to lose weight, or if you want to get fitter, just take this as motivation. Look at people around you and look at how they have deconstructed home workouts to be something so resourceful or so useful. So even we would encourage you guys to do home workouts, although we don't do it ourselves, but please do it if you really think you need to. And we think it's a good idea, right? Home workouts is
Yeah, yeah,
definitely much better than just sitting on your couch and watching YouTube all day or
yeah.
something like that.
Especially after lockdown. But by the way,
Yeah.
please sit on your couch and watch YouTube if you're watching the Cranky Frankly channel. Nothing better to do. In fact, you can work out while listening to the podcast. You can do anything while listening. Anyway,
Yeah.
what I was trying to say was, oh man, I love promoting. Uh, what I was trying to say is that, especially after lockdown, the popularity and the effectivity of home workouts really increased because um, your favorite athlete, your favorite footballer has probably posted an Instagram story or something on them doing a home workout, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And it's just been an all around good vibe around home workouts. It's been great. I think you guys should try it if you aren't.
Moving on, I think one of the more recent trends is also yoga. And of course, there's critiques of people not considering yoga to be actual workouts. And there's
Mm,
like
no.
I think okay, I don't know. I don't follow yoga at all, if you guys didn't realize, but I know a few people who do like yoga regularly, and they said that yoga and meditation has really changed the lives of some of these people, right? They wake up fresh, they have this whole new mindset to accomplish great things. And I think even our prime minister, for that matter, has started off with yoga and all of this stuff. So, what do you think? What is your take on yoga? Have you done yoga before?
Right. Interesting. So I don't actively participate in yoga. I don't actively do it, but I do meditation from time to time. And from my experiences and what I've seen with other people as well, I think both of them are really, really, really beneficial. Yoga may be much more beneficial physically, but both of them really help you out mentally. If you're stressed or if you're panicking a bit before uh, a really important event, right? If we do some meditation, it does wonders. So I think to not consider both of these kind of exercises, I feel is a little bit derogatory. You get me? And in my opinion, both of them are really helpful. And I feel for anyone who doesn't partake in either yoga or meditation, with meditation being the easier one, I think for sure you guys should try it out. Especially if you a bit like me, mentally you're not always right there in the now. It really helps. That's my opinion, though.
Yeah, it's fine. I think again we talk about fitness as being a physical thing, where you're trying to be stronger or you're trying to be, you know, trying to lose some weight or something. But your mental and your like psychological health is probably more important, because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for normal people you need all of that to be working in a good environment and doing what you're meant to be doing. So I think that should also be given some good amount of significance. um all
No,
right,
I
with
just want
that
to
I
say
guess we
something.
can.
I want to say something. I'm sorry to interrupt you. There was this YouTuber, a lot of you might know him, Joe Weller, right? So
Of
he has a
course, yeah.
podcast too. You can listen to that after you listen to ours. Man, I love this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, so he's obviously quite a fit guy himself. He's big muscle dude. And on his podcast, he was saying that mental health is almost proportional to physical health. He was saying that if you don't feel right mentally, you won't even do the physical exercises. You got to be there while doing the exercise. And if you're not there mentally, then you can't do it physically, and you're not going to improve your physical stature or your stature in general. So I feel mental health is really quite important when it comes to fitness, and I feel nobody should discount it because it can improve your whole situation a lot if you look into it. Yeah, that's it pretty much.
Yeah. Right. So we've talked about, mental health and, physical health, but let's talk about gyms for a second because we
Hmm.
all know what gyms are. If you live under a rock, gyms are place where you work out. If good. I don't know why am I even explaining this, but we've all, we've all heard people, bro, let's go to the gym today. I'm going to lose 7 kilos. I'm going to get a six-pack ab or something like that. But
Yeah, yeah.
again, gym I think gym has become more of a meme than it actually is because a lot of these people they just talk about going to gym and they don't have like
My
a
guy,
gym
it's
body
a
or something
trend. Like no cap. People will go to gym, take snapshots, and leave without lifting a single weight. I'm like, my guy, why? Why have you wasted your
yeah.
time from over here for 20 minutes for that, man?
Yeah, and the people who I feel bad for that is the gym trainers, right? They've trained
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
their lives, trying to be a good instructor, trying to help these people out, but they're just interested with taking selfies or something. But
Mm.
either way, let's break down gym also, right? Because prior to the coronavirus lockdown, people went to the gym like quite often. I went to the gym a few times. So why should one join a gym for first?
I think with all being said, yeah, we're making fun of gyms and all of that, and some of the people that go to
Hmm.
gyms, but they are really beneficial. That's why a lot of people go there. Uh,
Hmm.
you know, I think there are two things to it, right? First thing is obviously the physical aspect, having all these machines and stuff next to you. Uh, they improve your muscles and your different fitness things a lot more than perhaps doing 20 push-ups. So they're a lot more effective in that matter. And more importantly, again, I'm not a student of psychology, so please correct me if I'm wrong. But when you have a place like a gym where everybody's working out and everybody's working towards their fitness, you almost get motivated to work towards your
Hmm.
own fitness. I feel that also plays quite a big role. Like, okay, getting to the gym might be the hard part, convincing yourself that I have to get up and go to the gym. But once you're at the gym, there's no lack of motivation because you see everybody trying to improve themselves and you improve yourself too. So I think gyms are definitely very beneficial, but that comes with a caveat, which is that a gym is not for everybody for all ages. And I want to make that really clear. Biologically, it's proven, right? It's proven that for certain age thresholds, like if you're below 14 or 14 and a half, right, going to the gym might even be detrimental to you,
Yeah.
stunting your growth, your height growth, and stuff like that. So when one wants to go to the gym, and I definitely support the idea, if you're thinking about it, I think you should, with adequate research. Remember the fact that if you are younger than like 14, 14 and a half, probably not the best for you, my guy. Stick to home workouts for right now. Turn 15, 15 and a half, then go to gym. Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to share like a quick anecdote. I remember like a few years ago, again when I was like 13 or 14, I had this friend group where that used to go to the gym, right? And they were elder to me, of course. Right. So I saw all of these people and I'm like, bro, dude, the gym is like a dream. It's like a heaven where I can go and I can just be magically cool. So I just don't judge me at all, but I really wanted to go to the gym. And one fine day, I actually like convinced myself to like as a 13 or 14-year-old, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna see what it actually is. And the first time I entered, I remember I saw all of these machines. I'm like, what is this place, bro? Because
I swear, dude. Legit, the first
yeah,
time I
I
entered,
mean,
I'm like, I'm gonna watch this guy and try and not be a stalker and work out what this machine does because I have no idea. That's such a big issue, though. They don't have instructions or anything like on each equipment. Everybody knows dumbbells, right? But after you're done with dumbbells and like a cross trainer and a treadmill and all, what are you gonna do? Because a lot of people Well, I don't want to research before I go into my fitness, right? I have allocated maybe 1 hour in my day for fitness, right?
Mhm,
And if I'm trying to get into it,
mhm.
I don't want to spend more than that 1 hour. So I think uh, gyms should really open up the accessibility. Not all gyms have trainers, and if they do have trainers, it's like one per 20 people, right? So it's very hard for
Yeah.
newcomers. Like I remember my experience. You were saying your experience right now. It's so intimidating, dude, to see all these like 25 different equipments.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's a few like equipment like you mentioned that are like self-explanatory, right? Like you
Mm.
got a treadmill, for example. It's obviously going to run on it. You can't like dance on it or whatever. But some of these are quite obvious. But again, you see all of these equipment like rowing, or I don't even know the names, right? They're
Yeah,
so
yeah,
complex in their nature, and that's like the line for me. Like if I'm doing something like that, I'm probably doing something extra or something that I shouldn't be doing, because for normal people, I don't think that, unless you really want to be a fit guy or do some athletics or something, I don't really see a need for anyone going the extra mile or something.
yeah. I think the
Okay, wait,
issue
what
is,
am
I think the issue is like with gyms. It's a great place provided you have the necessary information to go in there with, right? If you are trying to go into a gym, I would definitely suggest asking maybe a friend of yours who already goes, or maybe a fitness trainer who works there, a fitness trainer you know from family relation, to kind of clue you in onto what to do at a gym, how your workout should be, how many reps for what and what equipment for what. Because if you go in there without knowing, it's really
yeah,
not a good idea, and you'll get scared. I think because there's so many big guys who like this is what. Okay, wait. I'm gonna get this clear. Okay, I'm not scared of big guys, but let
sure.
me get it clear. All right. At least for me, when I went into the gym, there were like 15 other dudes and like 15 other girls, right? Or like buff man, doing that buff man stuff. They're all 6'5", and I'm there like 3'5", right? And it's really scary because all of them know exactly what to do with equipment. Some guy's twisting
Mm,
some wire with his leg while simultaneously, using his left hand to pull another wire. I'm like, bruh. And you and that the whole thing with that is you can't ask any questions then, right? Because these guys are pros, and if
yeah.
you get asked a question by some noob like me, you're gonna get like mashed up or something.
Humiliated.
Yeah, so I think really get clued in if you're gonna go to the gym. That's my number one tip.
Yeah, I feel like, as you mentioned, it's very important to get a somebody to go with, right? Because of course nobody likes to go to places alone. Just get this one person, even if they don't like working out themselves, just get them to chitter chat around in the gym, and maybe you can motivate them to join the gym as well. So I think it's like a great thing if you can convince someone to go to the gym with you. And one more interesting point I wanted to mention is something called protein shakes. And
No,
for
no.
the viewers, let me just clear this out. I have absolutely no idea what protein shakes do, right?
Yeah, fam,
I'm
same.
being honest. I mean, the only thing I can make out from the name is it's got protein in it and it can make you bigger. But I have no idea what the nutrition is looking like and how much do you need to drink or what flavors are available. But you see all of these, hench people, promoting or using protein shakes themselves. Have you had any experiences with protein shakes?
Uh, uh, I think I'm gonna side on the same line as you on this. Uh, I don't know what a protein shake is. It probably has protein in it. I hope it has protein in it because otherwise it's a weird name. Uh, I hope it's good. I don't know. Can we move away from this topic?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I feel
I get it.
anything we say wrong, the comments are just
It's
gonna
gonna
pull
get
out, pull up on us and be like, "Bro, don't you dare say that again."
yeah.
But of course, it's not all
Let's move
gyms,
on.
right? It's not all gyms. It's
Yeah.
also different aspects of fitness, many aspects of fitness. And one of the massive ones, one of the big ones, is diets, right? Diets
Hmm.
matter so much when it comes to fitness. In fact, most people say that the diet is more important than the working out itself.
Hmm.
uh, Me myself, and I ain't flexing, right? It's just a genetic thing. But the way my genetics are, I've never had to lose weight, or even
Flex.
gain weight. But right, it's not like that. But I've never had any of that. I think I play enough sports. Both me and Ishan play sports competitively to an extent. I just want to get that clear. We might be useless in working out, but we do play sports. Ishan
Yeah.
He's almost like a district level footballer. He also plays cricket at quite a high level. And
Yeah.
I'm sure there are other sports there as well. Me myself, I played basketball competitively for a while. Was it not for studies, I would probably still play it competitively. I played football competitively as well, along with Ishan.
Yeah.
I do a lot of athletics, running,
Mm-hmm.
long distance, short distance, kind of stuff. So I am athletically there. Probably the reason why I didn't have to have a lot of weight loss, but I don't work out. So anyway, that was a side topic. Just wanted to get you guys clear on who we are and what our profile is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for me, I've never had a use for diets because I've never needed to lose weight per se or kind of gain muscle because, well, I can't be bothered to make a diet. But what about you? Because I know you experimented, if I'm not wrong.
I mean, I don't know if it counts as experiments, but let me just get one thing very clear. I do understand why people will take diets, right? Because firstly, if you look at it like from a critique perspective, you'll see that doing gyms and all of working out or even playing sports in that sense requires a lot of effort and requires a lot of physical training for you to actually do it. And for people who or people who are not able to do, or for people who are not able to commit, I think they prefer diets much more, because in diets you don't need to physically exert yourself. Instead you can just follow this thing where you eat more healthy rather than just, so it's like instead of just losing weight by getting thinner. Yeah, I mean, again, diets is something that's much better for people who just cannot commit to sports, or people who are not even interested in sports or athletics. I know a few people who just literally don't care about athletics at all. So again, coming back to the whole concept of diets, there's quite a lot of diets if you're interested to follow a diet or something. I'm aware of stuff like keto diets, and even people going vegans. Of course, that's a diet on its own,
Mm,
and all of that stuff. So actually, for me, I did go through this phase where I was like, okay, I'm not making the cut in terms of fitness. I'm trying to do something better in that field, right? Because ultimately, fitness is like one of the goals in your life, right? Of course, you want to study and become like a professional in that sense, but also when I was in that sort of phase, I realized that I need to do something about it, right? And at that time, I remember that a few people who I know, even in family, they were vegetarians. And that time, vegetarians had no respect whatsoever. That's just the way society works, right? All of these people, vegetarians and vegans, they get no respect for. I have no idea why, but I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try and be like a vegetarian for a while. I'm gonna see what it is, because recently at that time I'd seen a documentary on Netflix, and that really, again, that's just another way how I got motivated. But from that, I learned a lot about nutrition and why vegetarianism is actually not bad for you and what benefits it has. So instantly after watching that documentary, I'm like, okay, damn, vegetarianism is good. I gave it a shot, and it was a decent run. I mean, it's not like I missed out on eating meat and stuff like that, but it was a decent period. I wouldn't say I would recommend everyone to obviously give it a shot, because I personally I didn't find the need to eat unhealthy food during that period, because I was, if I'm being honest, I was satisfied with the nutrition I was getting, and the fact that I knew that if I'm eating like vegetarian food, it's going to be better for me. That itself was a huge motivator, right? Every time I was like eating green vegetables or something like that, I'm like, okay, this is going to be better in the long run. I looked at it as an investment, so that really worked out for me.
me, I know a lot of stories of guys. In fact, in my own family, that have used
Mm-hmm.
diets to their advantage. I know someone. I'm not going to mention him, obviously, who was
Mm-hmm.
able to lose. Let me get the stats correct. 12 kilos just through a diet, no working out, just through a diet,
Mm-hmm.
which really amazing. I feel, but I don't feel it's like, oh, if I can't commit to exercise, I'll do a diet. It's not like that. You have to be committed for either one. In fact, I
Mm-hmm.
would say, especially for me, who eats a lot. For people who know me, they know that, right? Uh, Hanging on to a diet is much harder than exercise. In fact, the only reason I exercise is because of sleep mode. No cap. Like I ain't even lying right
Mm-hmm.
now. But I know a lot of stories of good stories with people who've done diets, whether it's a vegan diet, whether it's a calorie based diet, 500 a day, and then 1,000
Yeah.
on like a Sunday. stuff like that. So there are a lot of different diets. One thing I just want to get clear is don't ever crash diet. Uh, I've heard a lot of bad stories about crash dieting. It messes up your whole body clock and your whole body system. And it's a trend again, brought up by social media, which kind of messes things up. And going on to that, onto our friend's social media, we're on a social media right now. Uh,
Hmm.
the pressures, the whole, oh, everybody's fit, you should be fit. You know how these social media algorithms, their trending algorithms, kind of push an image to you that kind of says, hey, look, dude, everyone in the whole world is fit. What do you do? What are you doing being fat, or what are you doing being extra thin? What do you think about that? What's your little opinion on that?
Of course, like we're all aware that society has this image of being perfect, where one of the characteristics is being fit. And personally, I do understand why they're trying to promote fitness, because obviously, again, fitness is one whole aspect of your life. You cannot completely ignore it, because if you want to live a healthy life, I'm being truthful, if you want to live a healthy life, you have to be committed to being fit and being healthy. So in that sense, I think it's fair. But the whole like society, the way society thinks, and asking people to be super slim, or don't do stuff like that, or discriminating people, especially because they're healthier, or they might not look as good as other people. I think that is completely unfair, because again, this is a very soft-hearted conversation. I'm not really sure how everyone's going to respond to this, but I'm just saying my own opinion, right? I don't Of course, it's a serious issue that fat shaming has recently, improved, because not in that sense, it's improved because a lot more people have realized that, okay, we're doing something wrong by fat shaming. And I think that's what's necessary. I think people should be, aware of what they're doing to the other people who they're making fun of, right? Because if, for example, you're someone who is healthy, and someone just comes up to you, say, and they just make fun of you, and there's a group of people just laughing at your face, it's really humiliating. And it really sucks that it's still like an ongoing issue. So I personally am completely against the idea of fat shaming.
Here's my thing, Um, I think it's good in a way that you do have all these social media and all these people saying that fitness is a good thing, kind of saying
Hmm.
you should be fit or you should be healthy more. You should be healthy because obviously being healthy means that your life will be much better, mentally much better. I feel that's good to tell people that being healthy is a good thing. I feel if you say it in the right way, and of course the right way is up to debate, but if you say it in the right way to a friend of yours who may not be, doing really good fitness wise, that hey, dude, I feel maybe if you looked into this, that, and the other, or if you looked into this particular exercise, you might feel a bit better. If you say it in the correct way, I feel that it's
Mm.
okay, then it's okay. But the moment it falls into a discrimination thing, or a whole chunky Ishan. When it falls into that, then yeah, man, that ain't it, chief. And if you're doing that, I big cranky Frankie police gonna be on you. All right, don't be hating on the big boys and don't be hating on the small boys. Right, we got you. But I think one thing I want to say is actually I should have mentioned this earlier in the podcast. I have
Mm.
one story. Actually, I have a few stories. I think all of us do, right? Of fitness stories of
Yeah.
guys who've done really well. But I have one story of a particular viewer of the channel. I don't know if he'll mind me calling out his name or not. Man, you know what? I'm sure he'll be okay. So his name is Reed, okay? And a really good guy, a decent friend of mine, right? And about two years, I'd say about 2 years back, 2.5 years back, right? Reed like wasn't really there fitness wise. Right? He wasn't fat by any means, but he wasn't someone who you'd call fit or who you'd call like strong or whatever, right? He was just there, that average kind of body type, which is a little bit over the normal weight. You know what I mean, right? So
Yeah.
that's the kind of situation he was, and uh, when you said fitness, his name was not what came to the mind, what came to your mind. But then
Yeah,
suddenly,
got it.
I actually don't know what the trigger was, but one day he decided to wrap that whole thing up and go full in on fitness. And he started going to the gym initially, then he started changing up his diet. And I kid you not, right? This kid, he's improved. He's lost like 8 kgs or something. All right, he's grown like 2 inches in height. And right now, if you see him, you wouldn't believe how he used to be back in ninth, because he's become so fit and he's become so much better. Even mentally, I feel he's improved so much. He's become and it's all through dedication, by the way. This guy during lockdown, okay, when all of us were unmotivated, he was doing 2 hours exercises a day, sometimes with no AC and electricity. He was, doing his diet thing continuously throughout all of this. While doing all this, he was motivating guys like me and his other friends on, maybe you guys should try this fitness thing out as well and do this, do that. He gave me some advice as well on my fitness thing. And that's one story that I felt really good about, because this guy, he put his whole heart into the fitness thing, man. He went so full in, and it's really reap rewards. If you know Reed, if one of the viewers, I'm sure a lot of the viewers do know Reed, they know exactly what I'm talking about. This guy's come so far, and I feel he deserves a shout out. A shout out, Reed, for doing so well on your weight loss and your fitness journey. And I hope that I can kind of recapitulate that as well. And I hope a lot of other people can do that too. What about you? Let's have a feel good story from you, man.
You made me cry with that story. Anyway, um, of course, I know quite a few people, but I don't really want to like mention their names for
I
reasons.
get that. I get that. I read them
But
stories
again, it's
too bad, by the way.
okay. I'm not gonna give you guys stories about people like particular people who have lost weight. I think like my there's one group that I used to hang out with, and it's just people who I know, right? And all of us, we love playing football, right? Of course, who doesn't love playing football? But we're playing football, and suddenly we had this new person coming to play, right? Someone we've never seen before. And that guy, kid you not, he was like 12 or 13 at the time, and that guy had bigger biceps than my forehead or something like that. So that guy was proper big, and I have a big forehead, if you guys know. I mean, so what I'm trying to say is that guy was way too strong for his age, and he had like a mad body mass index or something like that. He told me so. That guy was pretty cool, and we were just playing
That's
football,
so
right?
wait,
And he
for a
was
second, I
like a
just say
guest.
that. Can I just say something? That's so odd. This guy just going around at 12, 13, telling people his body mass index. I'm sorry.
I don't know, bro. He's just flexing. He just
Yeah,
wanted to show he's fit. But right, you're playing football, right? And what I found interesting was he was pretty bad at football. If I'm being blunt, he didn't know like how to play properly because he wasn't experienced. But the fact that he was able to use his strength as his advantage, like his physical strength as his advantage, like boarding people off, or because he's fit, he was a bit faster as well. So he just ran like quite quickly and overtook people and stuff like that. So what I'm trying to say is I didn't learn a lot from him, like to improve my body mass index or to be stronger in that sense. But one like interpretation of that from my end was he, even though he didn't know how to play football, he still managed to use his strength as his advantage. So if anyone by chance doesn't have the most ideal body or the best fitness, people, they have their own weaknesses, right? And it's obviously terrible that people sometimes they get discriminated or they're made fun of because of their weaknesses. But what you can do as an individual to improve is just focus on your strengths, right? Because I know for a fact that Aniket has a certain skill set or a certain specialization where I would
yeah,
say no
bro.
one's better than him in that business.
Yeah, bro.
And
Listen, I can't play sports. All I do is run. Right? Everybody knows this. I have no skill, no technique. I just run.
I mean, again, that's technically a good thing because you can run. That's a very good strength to have. There's a lot of people who can't run as fast as you. So just use that as a strength to anyone listening.
Yeah,
Whatever strengths you guys have in life, just try to apply it wherever possible, and don't neglect your weaknesses completely. I'd say that's wrong advice. I would say that you need to work on your weaknesses as well because you're trying to be an all-rounder, right, in every aspect of life. In relationships, you want to be a good person. In fitness, you want to be a good person. In professional life and work, you want to be a good person. So you need to like understand how to balance things. But definitely, I'd say if you guys have a few standing out strengths and stuff like that, just make sure to focus on that, and help you become a better person, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think this is kind of a feel-good podcast. I want everybody to go out of this and be like, "Hey, man, yeah, I can be fit and stuff." Obviously, I hope it's a bit more focused than fit and stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this whole thing. It was a little bit of a different video because usually
For sure.
when we make videos, we're like, okay, what are we good at? Let's talk about that. But here we definitely didn't go that way. Like I will be 100% 100 with you guys because you're the audience, right? You're my guys. I'm your guys. I'm your guy. Hopefully, I ain't good at fitness. I don't have the willpower sometimes to be fit. Uh, Literally, if it's not playing a sport or running like jogging or something, I probably won't do it. So I'm not great, but I did want to talk about it because I feel it's important, right? And I think Ishan is better than me at fitness. I think I want to get that clear. But he's not like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
I mean, I don't want to talk about it. Just go on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I just want to get that clear. We ain't we are not by any means experts on the topic. We just want to talk about it, and let us know in the let us know in the thing comments. That's it, comments.
Podcast,
Uh,
nice.
let us know in the comments below whether you enjoyed this kind of conversation. We may not really clued in on something, but we talk about it and we talk about our experiences. Let us know if you like that. Let us know if you don't like that. Let us know if you like anything. Let us know anything. Uh, we just like comments, to be honest. Now, but for real, comment down below anything you guys want to. We want to improve the community engagement. Want to get you guys involved a bit more in the videos. So if you guys have suggestions with that, I think one time we did a story poll and chose the topic of that. That was kind of fun. But if any of you have any other ideas on how we can improve community engagement, let us know down below. And with that, I think I'm done. I hope you guys had a great time listening. I had a great time talking to you, Ishan.
Okay. Yeah, of course, of course, of course. I'm going to be serious now. Yeah, if you guys have made it this far into the podcast, you may as well just leave a like, right? I mean, what's the harm in that? So leave a
By
like,
the way,
subscribe, and
by the way, whoever's gone this far, you're part of the top 7% of our viewers. So,
yeah,
congrats. I'm gonna give
congrats.
you a medal. It's gonna come in your post soon.
Yep. So yeah, with that, I guess we can wrap up today's video and see you guys next week.
Yes,
Peace.
let's wrap it up.